students are not near you, please ensure they join you. And we are going to go into the session. What we're going to be looking at today, one, you're going to see how the system looks if you're using a desktop or a laptop. You are going to look at how you identify questions, quiz, assignments. How do you know what you have to do? How do you know if you miss a work? How do you submit the work? How do you get the work done and hand it back over to your teacher? You're also going to look at how do I know when my work is marked and what is the feedback given to me by my teacher. So I see a few persons coming in connecting audio, which means that they probably have a difficulty hearing, but we are going to start with, we are going to do the desktop and laptop first, and then we get into what if you have a tablet or a cell phone. The interface for a laptop and a desktop is the same. Interface for the cell phone and the tablet is also the same. We're not gonna waste any more time. It's a holiday, so let's get into it. All questions will be addressed after the presentation. So if you see an area where you want a question to be answered, I ask that you write it down. And when I'm finished with the presentation, then you'll be able to ask your questions at that time. So we are focusing on those who are using laptop and a desktop at this time. All right. So the first thing you do, ensure that you're using the Chrome browser, not Internet Explorer or Yahoo or any of those. Make sure you're using the Chrome browser. And usually when you click on the Chrome browser, Google will usually pop up. All right, so once you do that, ensure that to the top right hand side, if you have a picture there, then the picture will be shown. If you don't have a picture, it is usually the initial of your first name that you find there. Always click on it and ensure that you select the right email address. And the right email address is the one that has your first name, full stop, your last name, your date of birth, at moeschools.edu.jm. Make sure that's the one that is selected. After you have selected the right email address, then you click on the 9 dots. Once you click on the 9 dots, a panel will come up with a lot of apps or software that is attached to the G Suite platform. And we look for Classroom. That's the one you want to find, Classroom. Once you click on Classroom, you will see the classes that you are already a part of. You have accepted the invitation from the teachers, and this is what it will look like to you. All right? When you go in the classrooms, the layouts are the same. When you go in the classrooms, the layouts are usually the same. I'm going to go into this classroom. This is the one that I want to go into. So when I go in there on my desktop and my laptop, it will look like this. All right? This is what it will look like when I go in there. So I have stream. Stream is where I will see where my teacher has posted assignments. My teacher has given me work to do. And this is where I will see notices from my teacher informing me of what is happening or telling me something or asking me a question or something right in this section that says stream. The most important part, or two important parts that I love about this, or I think is most crucial to you as students, is the classwork section and there's a section that says to do. Over to your left-hand side, there are 3 horizontal lines that is beside the name of your classroom. When I click on those 3 dots, I see classes, calendar to review, and the classes that I'm a part of. But what I want to look at is the part that says to do. Click on it. And when I click on to do, I see every single work that is assigned to me, everything that I need to do. I see what I have missed, if I've missed any work at all. Here I have 1, 2, 3, 4 assignments that I've missed. And then what is done, I'm able to see all the work that I've done so far. So earlier I completed 12 pieces of work. There they are. Here I have 4 pieces. There were no due dates, but I did them anyway and submit them. But what you want to pay attention to is anything that you have on the missing, you need to get that done and submit it. And then anything you have on the assigned, look at the due date and the times that they are due. So this part of the platform is very, very important. All right. Click back on my 3 dots to get out of it. Click back on the classroom that I was in, which was test run. That's the classroom I was in. Now, classwork. This part is important, students, and I urge you to pay careful attention at this time. It's very important that you do so. Now, I want to do the activities that are given to me, but I must first understand what these tabs represent. Here I have a tab with a bookmarker hanging out of it. It's notes. It is specified as a class notes, but it's what is called material. It may be notes given to me by a teacher. It may be a video that I need to watch. It's important information that is there. Here, when I click on it, it says, students, please ensure you read and write the notes in your book. So you must read instructions given to you, students. Always read the instructions that are there. You want to access it, view material, click on it, and it will open up in a different tab. Now that it's open, you can see the information there. And the teacher says it's notes that is supposed to be written in your book. Write your notes in your book. All right? That's what it is there for. What if it wasn't notes there? What if it was a video that you need to watch? Same thing applies. Click on the video, watch the video. If there are notes to be taken and you need to put information in your book, then go ahead and do so after watching your video. Good? So that's class notes. That's if you get notes. All right? Question. Here's a question. And this tab have a question mark in it. Means that the teacher asks you a question and you need the answer to be written on the platform. It's not in your notebook. It's not on any paper. It must be done right here in the platform. Click on the tab question, click view question. And then over this side, this is called your comment section. Say the question being asked, you really and truly don't understand and you want the teacher to rephrase the question. You have the option of kindly asking your teacher to rephrase the question for you, or tell the teacher that you don't understand what is required of you. You use this section. This is not where you put your answer. Your answer goes out to your left-hand side where it says your answer and it says type your answer. This is where your answer goes. All right? And it says it is assigned to you. Once you start typing, this button right here that says turn in will become active. So what is a set? And you type your answer. A set is a group of items that shares a common property. Full stop. What if the teacher had asked another question that says list 3 types of sets? I press my enter button and I type in my answer. Enter again, type in my answer, enter. Don't look and think that the space is too small for you to type your answer. That should not be your concern. That should not bother you. Whatever answer you have, type in your answers there. No matter how long it is, put your answer in there. Once you're finished and you're sure that you're confident about your answer, then what you do is click turn in. Now, before it goes off, it will ask you again and it will tell you that you cannot edit it, you cannot resubmit. Whatever you turn in, that is it. If you're confident with your answer and you're sure about your answer that you're giving, then click turn in. And there it is. It says turned in. It means that you have submitted your answer to the teacher already. That's very good. So that is how you answer a question when you are using a desktop or a laptop. Now, go back to classwork again. Remember, I tell you, this is important, most important part of the platform, because this is where you go and get your work, and this is where you go and submit your work. Now, we have answered a question, and we see what materials look like. We have an activity that needs to be done. Here it is. It says activity. Click on it, and then we're going to view it. Now, when you come again, you will see that there is your comment section here, but your work is attached to the left-hand side. Here is the work, and the work will usually have your full name that is on the system. So whatever your name is, that is what will come up on the document, and then the rest of the name attached to it. So you will see your full name, and whatever title the teacher give the document, that will be beside your name. So why is your name there? It means that a copy of the assignment was sent to you individually, and that is why your name is there. Tap on it, and when you click on it, it will open. Now, when it opens like this, students, you are not able to work on it right away. You are not able to do anything at all at this time until at the top here where it says open with, and I'm going to open it with Google Docs, because Google Docs is associated with Google Classroom. So I tap on Google Docs, and another tab will be open for me. All right, here it is now. So this is my assignment that the teacher gave me, and I can actually write on the document. I can do whatever needs to be done on this very document. I don't need to recreate it. I don't need to do another document. I can work on this very same document. But what I love to do first is that I go up to the bar that is immediately above the paper, right up here, where it have normal text. I will click back normal text. Why I do that, I realize that when I press my enter button, it is taking me to another page. I don't want to go to another page. So I always go here and I click normal text, all right? So the instruction says, write sentences, use the following words. Once you click, your cursor is there available and you start typing your answer. So one of them is pencil. I broke my pencil. That's my answer. That's one of my sentences. Press my enter button. All right. I'm going to write another one. I love to eat mango. That's another sentence. And you press the enter key and you keep typing your answers until you are finished typing. Now, do not close this box. Do not close this tab any at all. The tab up here, do not close it. Leave it. Go back to test run activity. Click your back arrow where you originally opened the document, and you're back in your classroom. Now, you have not submitted the work as yet, and that is where we need to get to. You're going to click on the button that says add or create. And when you click on add or create, you are going to go to your Google Drive. When you go to your drive, the first document you see is the one that you just worked on a few minutes ago. All right, that's the one you'll see. Sorry about that. The one that you just worked on a while ago, that is the one that you'll be seeing. It is right here, the first document that you just worked on. Click on it, click insert, and there it is. You are actually loading, your assignment is being loaded there. Now, that is if you get a document that you need to type on. All right? What if it was an assignment that the teacher says you must do it in your book, or you must do it on folder paper and take a picture and submit it to him or her? Same principle apply. However, the first thing you need to ensure that you do is that once you do the work in your notebook, or if you do it on folder paper, or if there's a workbook that you're working from, make sure you take the pictures first. The first thing you must always do is to ensure that you take the picture. All right? Once you take the picture of the assignment, make sure you label it so you know where you can find it. Those who are using a desktop or a laptop, you can create folders and put your assignments in so that when you're ready to upload them, you know exactly where to find them. Because remember now, you're going to take the picture using your cell phone or a tablet, whichever you're going to use, and take the picture. And then you're going to upload it to the computer now. So you go to your picture section. So we're going to add the homework that is done in a book. We never got a paper to work on. Miss says the work must be done in my book. How am I going to submit it? Click add or create. Go to file. Go to upload. Then you're going to go to browse. Then you're going to look over this section and you're going to look for pictures. All right? Once you find pictures, make sure you know exactly where you are placed the pictures that you are taken of the assignment. Make sure you know where you place them. Now, I know where my assignment is. This is a folder it's in. I'm going to click open. And here is a picture of my assignment. I'm going to click on it. And then I click open. And then it is going to load. Now, if you work on 5 folder paper or 6 pages in a notebook, take all the pages that you have worked on, and this is how you upload them. Take all the pictures. It doesn't matter how many pages you use, take the pictures. Put them in order when you're uploading them. You can always rename an image so that you're sure of exactly which order they should go in. Make sure you do all of that. When you're finished uploading your work, whether it's done on folder paper, whether it's a document on the computer that you typed up, let me do that one. If I type the document separate on my computer, if it was a Word document that I type, still go to add or create. I'm showing you all the ways you can add the assignment. Go to file. Go to upload. Go to browse. And if it was, say, for example, a Word document that I did, it's a Word document, I know the folder it's in, I find it, I click on it, and then I say open, and then it will load because it's a Word document that I type up my essay in. Miss don't want it from the book, she don't want any picture, she want me to type up my essay. I know where I saved it, I go for it. Once I'm done uploading my work, all I do now is click turn in. And any amount of pages that I uploaded will be there. Any amount of images I uploaded will be there. Once I'm satisfied that this is all that I need to submit, then I will click turn in. Now, you see on submit here, and then you see turned in at the top. If you click on submit, the teacher will not get the assignment from you. If you click on submit, the teacher will not get the work. So once you submit it, leave it. You want to double check and ensure that yes, your work has been done and you turned in your work. Go back to your 3 dots, go to your to do, and then click on done. And when you click on that, you'll see that you would have completed your activity. This was the one that you just did a while ago. Test run activity, it has been turned in. So you know that you don't have that one to do anymore because it has been turned in already. And it was done early. So that's why it is under this section. All right? Go back to your classroom now. And there's more work to be done in the classroom. Classwork section, there is always work to be done. I have a quiz that I need to do. So I'm going to go to quiz. Click on my pop quiz and the next tab will be open. Once the tab is open, I will see my quiz and I see the questions that I need to respond to. Question 1 says 3 plus 4. I select my answer. What is your name? Students, always type your full name. Do not give the teacher just your first name. Type your full name. Which grade are you in? 9S or 9W or 9I or 9N? Don't just put 9 there. Put the letter that is applied to it. Always do that. Because you need to bear in mind that your grade 9 may not be the only grade 9 the teacher is teaching. So you always put the letter that is associated with your grade. When you're finished with your quiz, you will see the button that says submit. Once you click submit, it means that your answer has been submitted to the teacher and there's nothing more for you to do at this time. You can close this window and then you're back in your classroom. Now, on the pop quiz, when you click on it, it says assigned, view assignment. All right? When you click on view assignment, it says you didn't attach your work, but that's not, your work has been submitted as already. All right? It's a quiz. And you don't submit your quiz in this section. There's no need for you to submit the quiz. Once you finish and you click submit on the quiz itself, do not worry yourself. Your work has been turned in. All right? So what if I do my work and I need to find out if the teacher marked my work and I want to check to see what grade the teacher has given me, and I want to see if there's any correction that I need to make at this time. Here's a work that was done already. All right, so I click on it and then I see graded. From I see graded, I know that it was done already and it was marked by the teacher. The fact that it says graded. View assignment. And then here it is right here. Edited with my first name. Once I see that, I know my work has been marked. I can click on it. And when I click on it, here it is. My teacher's marked my work already. I have no correction. I don't need to do it over anything at all. I am okay with my grade. So I can click the back arrow to the left. And I know that I did my work. Here's my grade. I got 100%, 100 out of 100. My grade is here. Note, students, not all the time your work is a graded piece of work. So don't always go looking for a grade because your work is not always attached to a figure, it's not always attached to your work. But ensure that you do all of them. Whether or not it is being graded, please ensure that you do all the work that needs to be done. Now, after teacher send you back your work and you look at it, this button here is out of bounds unless the teacher sent you a comment and say that you need to do over the work. Please, I'm asking you, do not click this button that says resubmit. Leave it as it is. You have seen your work, you're satisfied with your grade, and then that is it. All right? So on the classwork in this section, always scroll up, scroll down, look at the dates that they were sent, look at the time that they were due, always double check. And guess what? The order in which they appear is usually the latest ones that are submitted. The order in which they appear is usually the latest ones are usually on the top. So if Miss posts one yesterday, it will not be on the top if she posts one this morning. It's the one that she posts this morning that is usually on the top. Now, when it comes to people, it is your fellow classmates that are in the classroom. You are not going to see your name. You will never see your name there, but you will only see your classmate's name and your teacher or teacher's name in your classroom. So this is it for Google Classroom using a laptop or a desktop. Before I move into the tablet section, I am going to ask you if you have a question to ask. You may use this time to ask that question about desktop and laptop only. Then I will take you into the section of if you are using a cell phone or a laptop. Any questions as it relates to the desktop? Wayne Smith, I ask you to unmute.
Good morning.
Good evening.
The desktop now, Miss, if it's not really on the web, what should I do? Should I try to get it on the web and do something because sometimes Miss, if it's on the web,
You're
Miss,
breaking
sometimes
up.
we get
Hello?
problem.
Hello, you're breaking up and I can't hear you clearly. Try again.
Miss, sometimes the desktop, Miss, or laptop, sometimes it will give problem. It's like if it's not connecting to in the network that you're using or is not downloading the app that you need. So I was wondering what to do.
What apps are you trying to download on the laptop?
Google Classroom
There's
and
no need to download
Zoom
any apps.
cloud meeting.
Hello. There's no need to download any apps on
Hello.
your laptop or your desktop. If you have a tablet, that's a different situation, or a cell phone. But your laptop and your desktop, there's no need for downloading anything on it. Because once you log in to your Gmail using the ministry's account, as I show you on the 9 dots there, the Google Classroom is already there. So there's no, once you click on these 9 dots, right beside your name, your initial or your name, Google Classroom is already there. This comes up on your laptop or your desktop. So there's no need for you to download any apps at all. So if you have, and this is the only one that you need to be using at this time, Google Classroom. That's the only one you need to be using at this time. So once you click on it, your classrooms will pop up. You click on your classroom and you go and you have your class. All right? So there's no need for that at this time. There's one thing I want to show you before I leave this one. I could not get into my thing this morning. Let me see if it works. There's a button I want to show you, students, that is very important. On the classwork, you will see this button as long as the teacher activates it and you have a live meeting with the teacher. This is the one that you click on. When you go in your classroom, students, and you know on your timetable, it says that you have math Mondays, 10 a.m. Go to your classroom, go to classwork in your maths classroom, and click on this button and you'll be able to get inside the classroom and see your teacher. You don't need any link. You don't need nothing else. This is how you get to your teacher in a live session with them. This applies to the tablets as well. It is right there. All right? That button, this button that says meet, it's not different on the tablet or on the cell phone. Click on it and you'll be able to join your teacher in the classroom for your actual lessons. So please bear that in mind. All right? Any other questions as it relates to the platform using the desktop or the laptop? Any other questions that you might have, please ask at this time. Then I'm moving straight into if you're using a tablet or a cell phone. Now, while when you're using the laptop, you get access to these. For example, the Google Meet, the Google Slides, the Google Docs. You get these readily because you're using the desktop and the laptop. It is not so with the cell phone and the tablet. So what happens is that these are apps that you usually download. Let me type them in the chat for you. Google Meet is one that you download. Google Docs is another app that you download as well. You may not need Google Slides, but Google Meet and Docs and the Google Classroom, yes, you have to download that one. Once you're using a laptop, once you're using a tablet, sorry, and a cell phone, those three are critical to you. The Meet, the Docs, and the Classroom. You must have those downloaded as apps. So guess what? If it means that you have to take off some other app or you have to take off some of the music on your phone to accommodate space for them, students, it's your education. It is most important. So please delete what needs to be deleted so that you'll be able to get access to your education. And these apps are critical. These three are the main ones that you will need. Later on, you may need one that says Google Slides, because sometimes the teacher will post work information, notes using Google Slides, and that is how you'll be able to access the information that is there. All right, so that's another one that is important, Google Slides. But that is it. As I stated before, if your teacher posts notes using Google Slides, you will need it in order to access the information, or one named Jamboard. As stated, it is G Suite platform. Suite means that there's more than one thing to it. It's not just the Google Classroom. Now, I created some mini videos that we are going to use to demonstrate what happens when you are using the tablet, and we are going to go into those videos. The first one, I want to show you the overview of the system when you are using the laptop or the tablet. But first, let me ask a question before I get into that. How many of you have not yet logged into the system? Any at all, because you're using a cell phone or a tablet? You have not been able to get on, any at all. You have not activated your email from the Ministry of Education. You have not seen any class at all. You have not logged in. Any student or parent here who has not been able to access the system like that as yet? Or everybody accessed it already? No answer? All right, so that leaves me to leave that video alone. So I'll go into the next one that I want you to get into. The one that talks about understanding the platform when you're using a tablet or a cell phone. Let me share screen. Please watch carefully. So if you have any questions, you'll be able to ask them.
In this video, I will show you an overview of the Google Classroom platform, and this applies to those using tablets and cell phones. So the first thing we usually do is to try and ensure that we find our classroom. wherever we put it on our system, that's where it would be. Once you find your classroom, ensure that you're logged in with the correct email address, and to always double check that, you click at the top right hand corner on whether you have an image or the initial of your name. Make sure it is a ministry's email address that you're logged in with. Once you ensure that that is the situation, find the class that you want to go to. Now remember, you're going to be in more than one classroom, so always check your classrooms. So when you go in your classroom now, this is what your system looks like. Down the bottom here, we have what is called stream. In stream, you see where teacher give notices. So this one says, good morning, students. Please remember class begins at 10. You will also see where your teacher would have posted assignments, questions, or posted notes for class. Stream is like the one that gives you update on what is happening. Then now we have classwork. When we click on classwork, this is where you go. You can tap, get your assignments done, tap, get your notes, answer your questions. All of that information is in this section. This is where you go also to not only get them, but also to be able to submit them. Then we have the section that says people. Under people, you see who are the persons in your class. Please note that you will never see your name there. All right, you will only see your class members' name. Now at the top left-hand corner here, we have 3 horizontal lines. On that, you have classes, we have our calendar, you have the classes that you belong to, and most importantly, why I take you to this section is the one that says to do. Now, in the to do section, you will be able to see all the work that is to be done, anything that you have missed, anything that is assigned to you. This is a section where you see all of those work. So you see they have these assignments right here. It says has no due date at all. That means the teacher did not assign any due date. But the others, you see that they have due dates on them. Tells you what time they are due and the date that they are due. This is very important that we understand this. So the students have to check this regular. What they have missing means that they did not submit an assignment to the teacher. It will also pop up there to say that those work are missing, and usually what is missing goes at the top. Then what is done? Once they do an assignment, they can always go back and see that yes, that assignment has been done. So I encourage you to always check your to-do list. If you don't want the confusion with all your classes, because the to-do list will usually show you all your classes, go to your top right hand corner and not the 3 dots. The horizontal lines going across that are decreasing, tap on it, and then you can filter and say which class alone you want to see. So if I click on test run to do, this is all I have to do in this class. If I go and click on the next class, all right, I have all these things to do for the next class, or what I have missing for the next class. So you can filter it to say you want to see all the classes or you just want to see one particular class. The option is yours. All right. So that is how you get a better understanding of your classroom. And this is what the 3 dots there is, just so if you want to refresh or you want to give a feedback to Google. Want to go back to your classes, click on the class that I was in a while ago, and this is just an overview of what the classroom looks like. The next video, I will show you how you get to the section of answering questions and submitting assignments.
All right, so we want to get to the part where we realize that a lot of students are struggling with this part, and that is the part where the assignments are to be submitted. Many students, miss, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to write. I don't see it, miss, I don't write. So we are going to get to that section and submitting it, typed assignment. Something that is typed locate my video. Sorry. Ready? Pay attention, students. You're the one submitting the work. Please pay attention.
Show you how to submit an assignment once you're using your tablet or your cell phone. So as usual, find your classroom. It's the most important thing. Find the class you want to go to. Go to classwork. And I see that I have more than one assignment. So I'm going to do one that is due on Wednesday because that's the earliest one. The one that says test run assignment. Now when I look, this is what I'm going to see. Usually you don't tap on this one. You go down the bottom here and you scroll up on the arrow. When you scroll up on the arrow, you are going to see your name plus the name of the activity that the teacher gave you. Why is this so? It means that the assignment was personally sent to you. Now, in many cases, you will be able to write on the document. If that is not the case, then in another video, I will show you what will happen. But for this one, we are able to write on the document. Tap on the document and it will open up for you. All right. So we have the instruction and we have questions there that needs to be responded to. What you need to pay close attention to is that the top right hand corner, you have 3 dots, you have a box, and then you have a pen. All right. Click on that pen. Once you tap on the pen, down the bottom of your screen becomes active. Down there you have an eraser. So if you click on the pen, the marker, the highlighter, you can erase what was there. If you click on A, there's an A down there, which is for texting. When you click on that, you'll be able to type. All right. So it depends on what the instructions are given to you. You can type your responses to your teacher or you can write them using the pen or the marker. Now let's try both. The instruction says I'm supposed to write sentences using those words. I'm going to do the text box first. Since this box is here, it means that the answers usually go inside the box. Usually, all right? But if it's a case where there's no box there, you can do your texting just the same. So I'm going to use the text box given. So I tap on my A and I tap in my screen and then this blue box comes up. And then it says type something. Just start typing. Your response, that is. So the first word is arrange. And I'm going to say, please. And you type your responses the way you're supposed to type them. Please arrange. Please arrange the chairs in rows. You can always fix your letters. All right. Notice that the blue box is over the black box that I'm supposed to type in. I can move it. See there? It can come out of it and I can put it back in there. Wherever in there I want to put it, I can put it and I can put my response in there. Once I tap out of it, my response is in there. Now, you can make it, tap back on it, you can make it smaller and the words flow differently. You can make it larger. It doesn't matter. You fix it the way you want to fix it. You can make the blue box the size of the actual box that was given to you and your responses will be there. All right? Good. What if you did not get a box but you have the questions to respond to when you need to write? Now, this one can be a bit tedious in terms of, especially if your penmanship is not up to scratch. You can choose the size point that you want. Down here, click on your pen. Usually I use the 1, 2, 3rd one to my right or going to my left, or the one in the middle actually. That one I usually use. And then you can write. Now, if your penmanship is not so lovely, I recommend you use the text box. All right? It will make it easier for you. So you can write your response. It's just that it may look a little messy. And that's why I'm saying to you, I don't recommend it. Good? But this is what you do when you are to type on a document given to you with your name on it. Then now you click there to your top right hand corner, there's a box thing looking like a floppy disk. Right beside the three dots, it becomes active once you start writing. And remember now, you can put more than one text box, you can type more stuff in there. The choice is yours. Do what needs to be done. All right, see there, you can always stop and you can move the box and you put them in line, especially if you're writing sentences. The top right hand corner here, your box is there that looks like a floppy disk, this one right here. Click on it and it will save your work. Look what happens now. That's all I did was click the floppy disk. Look what is happening. All right, the file you did comes up as edited and then your name. This means that your work is now done. All right, there's nothing more for you to do but click turn in. Once you see edited and your name, it means that your work is there attached already. All you need to do is click turn in. Once you click turn in, your work has been submitted. All right. And all the way, the teacher will not get it unless you go and click on submit. But it means that your work is done. Scroll back down. Go back to your classroom. Use a back arrow. Go back to your classroom. Look, it is no longer blue because you have done the work and you have submitted the work. You still want to be sure that the work is submitted. Go to your to-do list, like I showed you the last time. All right. And then go to the specific class. That one, we're doing test run. That was the class we're in. So you're double checking to make sure that your work is done, Go to done and see it there. That was the one you just did a while ago. Test run assignment. It is there. And that is how you submit your work on your tablet or your cell phone.
All right, so now that you have gotten your work, you have submitted it because it was typed. What if it was something that you did inside your book and you need to submit it as well? What if it was done in your book? What if it was done on a typed sheet of paper or a folder paper? We are going to look what would happen or how would you submit that assignment. All right, so we're going to look at that tutorial now. Students, please, we don't want come tomorrow when teacher give your work, you say that you don't know what to do. I hope you're paying attention.
Right, here I am again. In this mini video, I want to show you how you'd submit an assignment that is probably done on a piece of paper, whether it be a folder leaf or a typed sheet, or if it is done in your book. This method applies to any of the three: a workbook, a textbook, paper, notebook, whichever one. So as usual, the first thing we do is find our classroom. All right, good. We know that procedure, so we're not going to go into details. Classwork, and then I'm going to do an assignment that is due today. All right, so I scroll up. All right, so the instruction is there. If I tap on it, I can read what the teacher said. What is a set? Name 3 types of set. Now, I'm not doing it on the paper. Teacher said I must not do it that way. Teacher said it must be done in my book, or I must do it on a folder paper. I must do it another way. So I scroll up, and when I scroll up, I have a button right here that says, it's a plus sign, and it says add attachment. That is what you're looking for, add attachment. Once you see add attachment, you have done the work already. You have taken the picture of your work already. So you tap on the add button and then these come up. Now, if you did not take the picture, you have the option of taking the picture. All right. But in this case, the picture has been taken already. I strongly recommend that you take the picture before and you double check and make sure that you get all the sides and the pages so the teacher can read it carefully. Usually when you take this option to say take the picture while you're submitting it now, I've seen it over and over. The pictures are not taken properly. Again, I'm stressing, I strongly recommend that you take the picture before you choose to upload it. Now, when you take the picture, since it is taken already, go to File. And once you go to File, whatever is on your device will pop up. Whatever apps are there that will allow you to upload something to Google Classroom, it will show up there. Now, if you just take the picture, which I assume you'd have just taken the picture to submit it, it would usually be at the top. Now, if it is not there, go to your gallery. Go to your gallery and find the picture or pictures, because you can always upload more than one. Go to your gallery and find it if you're not seeing it in this section. So go to your gallery, camera, and you tap on your assignment that you want to submit. Tap on that picture. Once you tap on the picture, it will come up. You want to make sure it is the actual picture. You want to double check just to ensure before you turn it in. Tap on the picture. It's going to open up in the next window. That's okay. But you just want to make sure it's the right assignment you're submitting. Click the back arrow. Come out of it. It's more than one page is your work on. Go again. Click the plus button. Go to File. Find the next picture or the next page of the document that you need to submit. Once you find it, you add it. All right. Once you have added all the pages that you need to add, then you click Turn In. Turn in again after the pop-up box. See their work submitted, unsubmit, and this says turned in. Again, do not click on Submit. Scroll down, and then you can go to the procedure again to go to the to-do list to ensure that you submit your work. And this is how you submit a work that has been taken via picture from your textbook, folder paper, or a workbook to your teacher.
All right, the next video that you are going to view is one that requires what if you have a question to respond to, and then you want to also check to ensure that your work has been marked by your teacher. All right, so we're going to do the quiz and then we're going to check the work. Those are the last two videos, and then I will take all the questions that you may have afterwards.
In this video, we are going to look at how we do a quiz and submit in Google Classroom, and how we answer a question as well. But we're going to do the quiz first. So get to my classroom, get to the class, classwork, quiz. I have a quiz. So I click on my quiz. Once I click on my quiz, right here, so notice when I flip up, there's nothing there. So I click on my quiz, which is right here. Read the instructions given to you. Always read the instructions given to you. All right. So here is the quiz, and I'm going to respond to the quiz, the questions in the quiz. 2 + 5 is 7. What is your name? And students, you must always write out your full name. Don't write what you want to write. Write out your full name. Don't just write your first name, give to the teacher. Always write out your first name, your full name. What grade are you in? Don't just put you're in grade 7. Put you're in 7H or 7I, 8I. Put the letter as well. Answer your questions carefully. You're finished answering your questions, right here that says submit. Once you click submit, it means that your work has gone in. All right. you want to double check and ensure, all right, you click open assignment. If you click on open assignment, what it does is that it's going to show you that your work has been submitted to the teacher already. Sometimes when you want to double check, especially if you're using the tablet, it will ask you for the email address. Say it's granting access. Make sure it's a ministry's email address to check on, because remember, you're just checking to ensure that your work is done. All right. Then you can tap on the button that says mark done. Mark as done because you have done the quiz. Mark as done. Come up again. Mark as done. All right. So it says turned in, submit. So this means that your assignment has been submitted. Okay. Always remember to do that. Good. And that is how you do a quiz using Google Classroom. All right. You can always press your back button on your screen or tap your X's and get out of it, and then you're good to go. These things will keep on popping up, and I realize that students keep getting these messages that says seeking access to something in Google Classroom. Let me point this out to you. If you do not have the ministry's email address there, right now I'm not using the correct email address right here. That's not the email address that I should have there. Always ensure that is the correct email address that you have there. Now, when I scroll up on the work, mark as done, I can still tap that. It says resubmit. I submitted already, so I don't need to resubmit it again. Once you see resubmit, it means that you have submitted the work already. Do not click resubmit. All right. So that is how you do a quiz as it relates to Google Classroom quiz. Now, what if teacher give you a question? And this box, this blue one that is highlighted here, it has a question mark there. And it means that a question has been given. Tap on it. And then it says, you read the question, what is the difference or differences between 2 and 9? And you can write it. I could say the difference is 7. I could also say 1 is a prime number. And the 9 is composite. You can write your answers. I'm just showing you that you can write your answers there. Teacher asks you a question, respond. So you can say 2, I was going to say what 2 is a number there. 2 is a prime number. 9 is a composite number. I could go down and say 2 is an even number. I'm just showing you there's space there. No matter how small the box look, type your answer. 2 is an even number. You can scroll down. All right. And 9 is an odd number. Scroll down and do what needs to be done. Don't look at the space and say the space is small. 9 is an odd number. And all right. So you can write your answers, type and go down, press your enter button as much as you want, type your responses. When you're finished, click turn in and then click submit. Once you do that, work submitted, it means that you would have turned in your assignment to the teacher. See, it says turned in and your teacher has received your assignment. All right, thank you.
All right, we're going to the final one now. Teacher, mark your work. I need to check to see that or you submit a work and you're wondering how you don't get any feedback. Because remember now, it's not like the regular classroom setting where teacher mark your book and you see the feedback right away. That's not the situation for us. So the teacher has to mark your work electronically. So once they mark it, you usually get a feedback. So the next video you're going to watch now is the one that shows you how to check it once you're using the tablet or the cell phone, how to check that my work has been marked and the teacher has returned a grade to me or has given me some comment or some feedback on my work. So that's the last one, and then I'll take all the questions as it relates to the platform. Those are the only questions I'm answering as it relates to the platform.
So you have submitted your work and you want to double check and see the feedback your teacher has given to you. So you want to go and check on what has been marked and the comments that the teacher is making to you. All right. Classroom. All right. Go back in the same class. Classwork. And remember, we did the test run assignment. We're going to check now to see what has been happening. See there, there's a tick there, which means that it has been returned to me. And then the teacher left a comment for me. It says private comment. All right. Scroll up. And then you have it edited, which means that that is what the teacher has marked. And there's a comment, you did not complete the assignment. Tap on edited with your name. And then see there, you'll see the work that was marked and the feedback given to you by your teacher. All right, so this is how you check. Now, one thing I want to ensure, because I've encountered this with students, go back, press your back button, back arrow. Do not click resubmit. Once you see a tick there, and once you see the teacher has commented, unless the teacher say you must do over the work and resubmit it, do not click resubmit. Otherwise, just leave it as it is. You see your comment, make your corrections that need to be made in your books or wherever you want to make your corrections, you can do that. But do not click resubmit unless the teacher says you must do over the work. And that is how you check any assignment to see that the teacher has marked your work and given you a feedback. Okay?
All right, it is now time to ask your questions. As it relates to the videos that you're not sure of, you can get the links. Also go on YouTube and type in Innswood High School, and you'll be able to watch back this video that shows you everything that needs to be done. All right. For those who request the links for the actual personal videos showing the little bits and pieces, especially using the tablet, the links can be sent to the WhatsApp groups. Don't worry about it. We can send them to the coordinators and they get them out to the form teachers to share them with you. Any question as it relates to submitting your work, doing it and submitting it, now is the time to ask your questions. Please do so now. Do you have any questions at all? Ask your questions now, please. Get clarity. You don't want school resumes tomorrow and students go and tell the teachers that, Miss, I don't know what to do. If you have a question, raise your hand or you can place it in the chat and I will respond to you. Raise your hand if you have a question and then I'll ask you to unmute. We want you to get all the clarity that you need to get right now. Ms. Hudson, I'm clicking for you to unmute. Ms. Hudson, you have your hand raised a while ago. I'm clicking for you to unmute. Tap on the screen. Nadine, tap on the screen. I'm asking you to unmute, but you're not unmuting your button. You have to tap on your mic to speak. Go ahead.
Miss, yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Anthony Clark. All Monday alone him get schoolwork. So me ask me if the internet come up as yet.
I'm not sure what you mean if the internet comes up as yet. I am not.
Yeah, but the principal said the internet was down.
Okay.
When he call him choose it, so I wonder if it gonna get back, if it come back on as yet.
Well, I hope all the teachers would have internet access now for them to engage the students. So let us see what happens tomorrow. If you have any more concerns and he hasn't have any class, then you make another call to the school or to the principal and let him know that you still haven't, the child have not had any class as yet. All right.
All right then, miss. And yeah, the form teacher. I don't know which teacher was in form teacher.
Which grade 9 is the child in?
Grade 9C. Grade 9C going to.
All right, guess what you're going to do for me? You're going to go on YouTube and you're going to type in Innswood High School, right? And there was a grade 9 orientation where the teachers were and they were introduced at that time. So I want you to go check that video. Once you find the name of the teacher on the video, you can contact the school and get a contact information for the teacher, because most of the teachers I know have WhatsApp groups that they have their parents in and they keep in touch with. So go back for that video on YouTube, get the name of the teacher, contact the school so you can get a contact information for that teacher, all right?
All right, miss, thank you.
You're welcome, no problem. Yes, Ashanti, unmute.
Miss, I don't understand sending the work because I didn't reach late.
All right, so guess what you're going to do for me? Then watch the video. Which grade are you in? Which 9th grade?
9D.
Who is your form teacher?
Miss, I don't really know, miss.
Your parent or guardian is a part of the WhatsApp group that they have?
Yes, miss.
All right, good. So we send out the link. You can also watch back this on YouTube. When we're finished, you can go to YouTube, go on Innswood High School, and you will see the Google Suite training for grade 9 students. All right, Ashanti?
Yes, miss.
Good. And if you still need clarity, you can ask someone to reach out to me for you, okay?
Yes, miss.
All right. Any other questions before we go? It's a long afternoon, it's holiday, we want to rest. Any other questions? Students, please. You don't want to be said that you don't understand the system and you don't know what it looks like and you don't know what to do. Go back. You can always review the videos. If you want the personal link, especially the person who's using the tablet and the cell phone, you want those mini videos, you can get them as well or get the links to them where you can click and watch them so that at least when you're doing it and you're ready to submit your work, you know what to do. Those can be made available to you as well. You're saying something, Ashanti?
No, miss.
Okay. All right, if there are no more questions at all and you are comfortable with the process of Aquavia, your hand is raised? No? All right. Alfred, Thomas, yes, we are aware of that and we have persons working on those. Just keep checking the emails. Keep checking the emails on a daily basis and look out for the links. All right? Just keep checking the emails. Some of the email addresses, we're having difficulty with them, so we have to be speaking to the ministry about them as well. So bear with us with that, but just keep checking on a daily basis. All right? To ensure that your child is in a class, or you, if you're a student, is in a class. If there's nothing else to ask, if there's no clarity, Ashanti, raise your hand again.
Miss, when we are going to school tomorrow, miss, we are supposed to
Why are you going to school tomorrow, Ashanti?
miss class.
Why are you going to school tomorrow? To the physical school building?
Miss?
To the physical school you're going, Ashanti?
Online class, Miss.
Oh, yes. Go ahead. Ask the question. You're frightening because you say when you're going to school tomorrow.
Miss, when you're going to send the work in the class in the classwork, or we are going to talk like this we are talking now.
No. Ashanti, which grade are you in? 9 what?
9D, Miss.
The teacher will be teaching you, Ashanti. You're talking just like this. You'll have Google Meet session with your teacher. So you'll have a video session where the teacher see you and teach you and all those things will be taking place. Why you think that it's just going to be work on the platform for you to do? You have live sessions where
Miss,
you
so
see,
last week,
and you see your other classmates and you get the work done, Ashanti.
Miss, so last week when I was at the online class, Miss, I didn't say anything, Miss.
You didn't see anything like what you did not do in face-to-face class with your teachers.
No, Miss, I don't see no work, nothing.
All right, just check. Hopefully tomorrow you'll see something. If not, then have your parent or a guardian get in touch with the school or your form teacher or your grade coordinator. So you know your grade coordinator is Mrs. Henry and Mr. Bailey. Those are your grade coordinators. Mrs. Henry and Mr. Bailey. So any questions you have, direct those to them or your form teacher. Okay?
Yes, Miss.
All right. So I want to say thank you again, Mr. Hanson. We're saying our goodbyes. And hopefully this week will be a better week for you students and parents. Hopefully you'll see more work, more invitation, and you'll feel as if you are, even though you're not in the physical classroom, you'll feel as if you are in class because work is being given to you and you are occupying yourself with what needs to be done. Again, I say thank you. Take care of yourselves. Remember to keep your distance, sanitize, stay inside if you don't have to, go outside and get your work done, students. On a daily basis, check your classroom. Thank you and have a good afternoon. Mr. Hanson, you may close the meeting. Mr. Hanson?